Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing an update, my first update I should say, on my Project 50 pan. This is a project that I'm working on to, the goal for this is to have 50 items no longer in my collection, and I have no time limit. This is just going to take as long as it takes me to complete, and yeah, I think it will take me a couple of years. I'm imagining it's probably going to take 3 or 4 years maybe. I started this in July, so we're now in October. It's been a few months and I think we are ready for an update. I didn't know, I think in the intro, if I was going to do these quarterly or biannually or annually. I didn't really have a set idea, but I think it's a good idea to do a check-in every quarter, because there is progress being made and I think it kind of keeps me accountable to this project as well. Before I go into it, we are working on 12 items at once, as I've got 12 categories that are rolled into this project, and if I complete one of those items I then have to randomly generate an item from that category to bring in as the next item, and then eventually if I reach the goal of how many of those items I want in my collection, then I can't roll in the item again. So hopefully as we dwindle down towards the end of this project, we won't have 12 items that I'm working on at once, because there'll be categories that have reached my goal of the category size. So yes, I hope that made sense. It made sense in my brain. So without further ado, now let's get into my items. The first is this. This is my Tarte Rainforest The Sea Water Foundation in the shade Fairlight Neutral by Tarte. So you can see when I rolled this into this project, I was at the top of this red marker. I was there. Now we are a little bit lower, and as you can see there's a little bit of water on top of it, so I don't quite know where I'm going to mark my progress for this month, if I'm going to do it at the top of the water marker or at the top of where the foundation actually sits. Yeah, I think that's some solid usage I've made over the last couple of months. In total I've used it 26 times since I started this project in July. I've been trying to use it every other day that I'm wearing makeup, so that I'm still wearing my other foundations. I'm not just solely concentrating on this one. This I'm wearing it today actually, and you can see it's not my shade. I am not as tan as this, so I do have to mix it with a white mixer, and I think that probably slows this progress down a little bit than a normal foundation that is my shade. It's one of those ones that's got a pipette sort of style thing, so you can really choose how much you have on your face, which I really like, that sort of thing. But yeah, next we have my NARS Laguna bronzer. This is actually relatively new in my collection, so I find it quite funny that I rolled this in. When I say relatively new, I mean that it's from 2017 versus something that's from 2004. I love this bronzer actually. I'm wearing it again today. Wearing it today. It's looking like this. I don't quite know how to show it to you guys, but there is, you can kind of see it right there now. There is a slight dip appearing now, which was not there at the beginning of this project. I've used this 13 times in this project. It's slow. I'm not too surprised. I definitely think bronzer and blush and highlighter are going to be the slowest things to go through in this project. I'm expecting to go through less of them versus my other items. Do you remember? I've got a song in my head. Next we have got this. This is my Makeup Revolution London Ultra Blush Palette in Hot Spice. and you may recognise this if this is in my 22 and 2022. The blush I've got rolled into this project is actually this one here, down at the bottom, and I've used it 60 times over the last few months. I essentially use it whenever I use this one up here, which is the one that's in my 2022 and 2022. Nothing really to write home about. I mean, there is a lot more disturbance, but like no, sorry, my cat. But there's like no like dip, I would say, like no sort of progress. So I do believe that this will probably be the longest like standing item in this collection. Blushes for me just never seem to go down, so I think this will be here the longest in this project for sure. Okay, next up for my project, we've got my Colourpop Monster highlighter, which is this little ditty here, and it's currently looking like this. So I think it did have like a tiny pan, but this is like a really easy item that moves around. So the pan has got a little bit bigger, that's for sure. I love this as well. I'm not wearing it today. I'm wearing a different blonde highlighter today. A nice highlighter. I have used it 15 times though. I'm working on quite a few highlighters at the moment, so that's probably why it's a little bit lower than I would expect. And also, not going to lie, most days I actually forget to wear highlighter, or I just don't feel like wearing highlighter, so it does get forgotten. It's definitely one of my... So then we have got my eyeshadow that I rolled in. This is my MUA Emotions palette. It's like a little trio that I got, and I have rolled in the third shade, which is this one here. The third eyeshadow is this one. It's the dark, like, brown one. Honestly, can barely even tell I have made like a difference in this one. Like, can I see anything? Maybe it's got a little like minutely flatter at the top. I think this is going to be a long-term item in this project as well, just because it's like a baked eyeshadow. It's also domed, and I'm guessing that the dome is not going to be domed like that when you get to the bottom of it. I guess it's going to be like a flat pan, so I can only just imagine how much eyeshadow is in this. It's quite a hard packed. Does that make sense? It's quite hard in there as well, so it's difficult to get the product off onto my eyes. I don't think it really shows much as well. So this is definitely one of the difficult items in this project for sure. I have used this 14 times this last quarter. Okay, on to one of the items that I can't really actually tell what progress I have made or not. I can just say how many uses I've got, and that is my NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Cans. I can't tell how much I've used of this. I've not taken the stopper out. It's still giving me product, so I am just keeping it in my project until it no longer has any stuff inside it. Okay, next we have got my brow pencil. So this was rolled in obviously in July, and this is actually the first item that we have rolled out of this project as well. So this is my Colourpop brow pencil. It looks like this, and I used it a total of 26 times, and it was finito. Nothing more was coming out there. It would not roll up anymore, and doing this was putting nothing else onto my eyebrows. So this has been done. I finished this in September. I think it was in September. And I did roll in a new item to replace it. So we have officially finished one item out of the 50, which is very exciting. So super chuffed. I have not reached my goal of eyebrow items, so we have rolled in a new eyebrow item, and I'll mention that at the end because that's at the bottom of the list. So I'm going to go through the list top to bottom, and I just want to do it that way. Okay, next we have got this. This is my Beauty Bakery Gelato Black Milk eyeliner, which is looking like this currently. So when I rolled it in, I think I'd actually probably used it like literally just once before. So now you can see there is at least some obvious usage, I would say. I have only used it 8 times. I'm not a huge eyeliner fan. I find it makes my eyes just like disappear and like covers up like half of my lid, like because of how my lids are. So I don't really wear it very often. So that's why. I think this is going to be one of the slowest things to finish as well. But we shall see how it goes. Then we've got my Jelly Pong Pong Fig Jam Paradise Pigments Lip and Cheek Cream. And this is what it's looking like now. I think before this I had probably used it like once or twice. Now I have used it 6 times. Yeah, I've definitely been neglecting this, mainly because I'm focusing on the other lip products. If anything, I'll use this more as like a lip salve. It doesn't really come across as like a lipstick, but I mean it has got a little bit of colour to it, but it's quite nourishing, I would say. So I'm kind of leaving this for like lip salve territory, but I'm currently working on a lip salve in my 2022 and 2022, and I just want to focus on that one, so I've not really been focusing on this one much. I've just been wearing this on days where I wanted to wear it, as you do. Then we have got this. This is my Fenty Beauty Matchsticks concealer in the shade Porcelain, and it is looking like this. So I have only used this, I've used this 24 times actually. That's a lot more than I realised. There's still a lot left in here, so that is the update for that. So I didn't actually mark this when I rolled this in, but I do believe I was probably like really close to the top of the line here. I don't think you could really see much there. Anyway, I have only used this 8 times. I've probably actually used it more than that. So this is not a fragrance I actually like on myself. I have been using this more to spray on like cushions, into a room, anywhere where I want to have like a better smell. More in this room actually, because this room is where I work on a daily basis, but it's also where my cat's litter box is, and it can get quite smelly in here. So I do like to spray this around the room. So it's probably been used more than the 8 times I put on here. I just kind of like mindlessly spritz every now and again, so not a great pointer to rely on, but yeah, we'll see how this goes. I'm imagining, as I've over the last 3 months I've used it that much, if I continue doing it the same way, we got 3, like 6, 9, 12, like 15 months maybe of trying to work on this, which is going to be a lot. It's just not my cup of tea. It's not my sort of fragrance. It's quite strong, I find, and quite like floral, and it kind of goes like, it's like quite sickly is the word I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to say it nicely. Finally, from my original 12 items, we've got this. This is my Colour Club Nail Lacquer in the shade Barely There. Wow, I can't say words. I did not mark this when I rolled this in, which is really bad. I'm actually wearing it today on this finger, so you can see what it looks like on a hand. It's a really nice nude shade, I'd say. It's not my favourite. It's kind of quite thick, and it does kind of not dry very fast compared to like other nail polishes. I find like I have to wait more than like half an hour for it to drop, for me to then like add like another coat, and then to add on like a topper like coat, or you know, like a top shade. I have an example, do I? Like a shimmer shade on top of it. Yeah, I just find that it smudges a lot and it's just not that great quality. But yeah, I'm not too sure where it was when I rolled it in, to be honest, because I did not mark it, which is not very good. But you can see, really, there is like some windows, and we're kind of closer to where the pink line is here, down here. That's where we are more than not. I've used it 8 times, and 8 times for me, I should clarify, I have to clarify this every time. 8 times is a finger, so this finger is one of those times. Get me? I hope that makes sense. Okay, and then finally, so this is the item that I rolled in to replace my Colourpop brow pencil. It is this. This is my Glossier Wow. I just like combined boy and brow there to make bow. This is my boy brow by Glossier in, does it tell me? The shade brown. And this is like one of these. It's one of those. I actually quite like using this on its own. I know some people might use it to like set their eyebrows, I guess. I like using it on its own. I think it gives me some good coverage like that, and it works quite well. I'm not wearing it today. I am wearing a Benefit one today, but that's a different story. So there we go. That is my first update of my Project 50. I'm really liking this project actually, and I'm looking forward to finishing items, because a lot of my projects are about panning items, and I wanted to do this when I realised in July that I was not going to be completing 22 in 2022 like at all. I wanted to bring something into the table where I could actually focus on finishing items on a longer term project and not limiting it just for 1 year, because the 22 and 2022 challenge has been a failure, and I knew that pretty early on that it was going to be a failure. So I brought this challenge on to kind of replace that and get like a head start. So I wouldn't start it in 2023. I thought I'd just start it then and there when I had the idea. So I should also mention, at this point in time, I've used this only 4 times. So it is a very, very brand new. This was in its package when I rolled it in. Actually, the package is like literally right here still. So very, very brand new to my collection. All right. There we go, that is my update. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I shall see you guys next time. Bye guys.